the United States, 20% of women develop mental health issues while they're pregnant or being in the first 3 years of raising a child. So matrescence is a concept that was named for the first time in 1973. It highlighted the fact that this is a period of life where there's a huge, huge change in identity. Whether one comes to pregnancy and parenting earlier on in life, or whether one comes to it in their, whatever age someone comes to it with, the changes in identity and the sense of how one is getting and feeling grounded in their circle, their family circle, their social circle, their partnership circle, that all those pieces are dramatically changed in the context of being pregnant and becoming a parent. And that matrescence is the term that's used to embody all those kinds of changes that occur and some of which are permanent. So that was another big piece that was not understood, that when this research first started being done in the late 80s and into the early 2000s, it was thought that changes in the maternal brain occur during pregnancy and that the brain goes back to its original state after one has given birth. And in fact, that is not the case. There are permanent changes that happen, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. But there are changes of all sorts that contribute to us feeling as mothers, as women. There are those changes in the brain affect the way that we feel about decisions we're going to make about how we parent. It's going to affect how we respond to stress. It's going to affect how we make decisions about whether we're going to go get our baby in the middle of the night or we're not going to go get our baby in the middle of the night. Or is it enough to spend X amount of time with the baby feeding and then putting the baby back in a crib, or having the baby stay with you? So these changes had really been underestimated and some not even known until, the last 20-ish years. There are 3 primary kinds of changes that occur during pregnancy and last. And that one of those changes is that there is an increase in cortisol. And cortisol is the hormone that regulates people's capacity to deal with stress. So there's a lot of that that's produced during pregnancy and continues to be produced. It's a permanent change in the brains of mothers, although there's interestingly some changes that have been found in the brain, in the brains of men. So there's there's this increase in stress that we're prepared for. So why should we feel stressed out about doing something that we're clear we need to do because our brain supposedly should be able to do that? Third change that happens in the brain, it's very related to what you're both speaking to, which is that there are physiological ways that when stress is happening, particularly around an issue related to the baby, nursing, illness, just the kind of time that you're tending to, the kind of stimulation that you're giving the baby, that your parasympathetic nervous system is on not overload, it's on overdrive. You have a hyper arousal to these kinds of things that are stressful. So the way that you would deal with stress at another point in your life is also fueled by what's going on in your brain. And in pregnancy, the brain produces these chemicals that make you, on the one hand, hyperarousal is a positive thing. It means that you hear the baby crying in the middle of the night before your partner does. Or it means that you pick up that the baby, just doesn't quite themselves today. What might be going on? Maybe it's an ear thing, a teething thing. There's
For the full conversation and to join us live each week to participate and get your questions answered, be sure to click that link to join the Mamahood experience. It costs you nothing to join, but you'll gain everything you need to know to make your mamahood journey just a little easier.